The Jim and Terry Show coming to you in person, live, not a recording, not virtually, and not even with glasses.
Yeah, pretty cool, eh? Hi, everyone. Back. Good luck to you all for... never mind.
Thank you for persevering with the And Terry shows.
Yeah, it was
This is the Jim and Terry Show.
I listened to them, and I enjoyed the music parts of it, especially that song that you posted called
And You Can't.
And You Can't. I liked that song a lot. So, anyways, if
here you are.
What show would that be so people can go back and
I
listen?
don't know.
Well, there you go. We're so professional. We're good at what we do, aren't we?
Well, let's just go with where we are, which is what we enjoy most and what we've missed for 4 weeks. 2, you were out of it, and 2, I've been out of it, and now we're back together just before Christmas. I was going to have some Baileys in our coffee this morning, and that was the one item I dropped. I went shopping this morning. Most of breakfast this morning was a whim on going shopping at 7 in the morning.
Wow.
So there you go. Was I excited? The Jim and Terry Show back.
It was great. Breakfast was great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pancakes with real syrup, maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
And yogurt with maple syrup and bananas. It was good. And the coffee was excellent.
You had fruit, you had some protein, you had some dairy, and then there's still lunch ahead of us.
And the good news is I have new eye. I have a new eye. I can see the colors. It's beautiful.
We are seeing
blue.
eye to eye now.
Yes, we are.
That's amazing. And the colors are vibrant.
Oh, beautiful colors. Yeah, it's good. It was a good decision to see it.
Do you regret not getting it done sooner?
Well, I mentioned it earlier.
This is a Jim's cataract.
Yeah,
surgery.
I mentioned it earlier to the person who is my surgeon. She's my specialist. And she said, no, you still got time. And then the last time I went, I said, I want this done. And so she said, bang. Instantaneously, we booked it.
Now, I wonder if they delay because most people say, do I have to? That's really expensive. Do I have to? Yeah. And so they sort of defer. But
well, there's the other way around it. I mean, I don't mean to be negative, but as long as I'm not getting it done, I have to go there and constantly to have checkups on my eye.
Yes.
So there's money involved in me not getting it done. So, and not only that, I mean, it is a little bit abrasive, evasive, a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's costly. I mean, you can get it done with the government, and by all means, anybody listening, if you need it, I'm not poo-pooing the government.
There is a free entry-level surgery for cataract removal covered by OHIP.
Yeah, I chose to pay because I'm rich. I got all this money.
So did you get the bionic adjustable and it goes...
Yeah, right in. No, I got the second. It's funny. It's like buying a car. You go in there and you sit down and they give you your options. You know, like would you like tires? You know, with your car. Same idea with your eyes. You go in there and they go, okay, here's what you get with
your
number one
basic model.
Basic model. Here's the government how your eyes will focus and how you'll like it. Here's ours, and you go, well, that's quite a bit different. It's a little bit brighter. I think I like that. Okay, now there's phase 2 where you get this, and this. And there was phase 3 or option 3 where you could need no glasses whatsoever. See, I'm going to still need them for close-up reading.
Yeah.
But as I already told you, for anything kind of like reading a menu, I think I'll be fine. But the third one is you don't need no glasses at all. But my surgeon personally doesn't recommend that at all because it leaves a hue. It can leave a glow.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about chromas.
My personality drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That would drive me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I would not want to have flashing anything.
So I took option 2. Excuse me. I took option 2. And I'm thrilled at the results. And I got one more eye to do at the end of January, and I'll be dangerous.
What I like about Jim is that he's sitting here with his pair of glasses perched on his nose, but there's one lens that he keeps poking his finger right through because he took the lens out. So he's got one eye with a corrective lens and one eye without.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
So I'm very happy with the results. I told the surgeon, I said, very happy with the results. I said, especially the blues. And it was you who explained. She never did. Yeah. You're the one who explained why the blues are so vibrant.
Why they pop out afterwards.
Why the blues jump out, and I'm noticing it even on your computer there. But everything's clear and beautiful. It's
You're like you've
like a
discovered
baby.
color.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Remember the days when life used to be black and white?
Yeah, the younger generation don't know that even real life was black and white.
I loved it when my kids looked at the old photographs of my family, my father, and growing up, and said, "When did they invent color?"
Yeah, well, I think the first real production in color, wasn't it, Allison?
Oh, Dorothy?
Dorothy, Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
And
yeah.
that, again, you went to the movies and you saw it in the
Yeah.
beginning and you thought nothing.
Was it
beca-
Technicolor or Panavision?
I
forget
don't
what
know,
it was,
but you
yeah.
see, when you saw that movie, you wouldn't have expected,
the
because it was black and white. Everything was black and
Everything,
white.
that's right.
So you would have watched it and gone, "Isn't this wonderful? This is great." And then all of a sudden, she's in Oz. Whoa! What the heck is
Yeah,
this?
the film opened.
Yeah.
The Alice in Wonderland opened in gray.
Yeah.
It was grayscale.
Yeah.
Black
It
and
wasn't
white.
until she gets to
Ah,
Oz
that's right.
that the color comes in.
You're
and-
not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Yeah, and so that was a wonderful
Yeah.
beginning introduction.
Yep,
to
Technicolor
color.
and-
then I remember going down to the local store and just looking at the color TV, which was horrible color at the time because
Yes.
it was too bright, too
Yep.
smudged into each other, but it was color.
Yes.
And look at the color.
It was
Grass that's green.
hyper-saturated, the early color TVs. If you get a chance to go back and to see a color TV, they weighed a ton. It was a tube.
Yeah.
It was huge, and it wasn't good. But we loved it. It was better than black and white. All right, let's start off with maybe connect a motivation. Why did you get your eye done? Was it fear of deteriorating conditions?
Well, no, I've been. My walking's a little wonky, and if there's a grade,
that's been as
I
long
know,
as
I
I've
know,
known
I
you.
know. If there's a grade going down, I have to kind of pause as I go
You're
down.
Trump down the ramp.
I've been very dizzy very often, and I'm hoping it's my eyes.
Yes,
If it
yeah.
not I'm going to have to get that looked into.
Right. That would be an inner ear thing to look at,
Maybe,
too.
and I had that time when I had
Yes.
vertigo that hit me.
Yep.
I always had that slight concern
Yep.
in my mind of that hitting, because what if you're out driving? and
Yes.
it hits? Whoa. So getting it done was just the point with this smudge, which was the cataract on my eye, was just impairing my vision in every area, shape, or form. And I couldn't sit at a computer for very long or read anything without being incredibly exhausted. So I
Well-
just made the decision, now it's time.
You weren't going to nibble at my word. Were you afraid of deteriorating conditions to go into Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and space and why they want to get off the planet?
Oh, that
I was trying to lead you to the, what are you afraid of?
Okay, well, it's been a while since I've been away. I don't know the segues.
We haven't got our shtick down as well as we used to.
Well, you sent me that thing, but I had said I said it ages ago that the reason Bezos and Musk want to go into space is because they're afraid that Earth's going to come to an end, and so that they're going out of fear, in my opinion. Now, I'm enjoying the ride here. You can be fearful all you want. I'm not going to be on your rocket ever. There'd
Not
have to
likely
be
in
an
our-
unbelievable advancement before I'd be on one.
Well, let's say that the prototyping has gone stunningly well.
Yes,
including Musk's own, what do they call it? The IFT-2? Or I forget what they call it. They have a term for the second launch.
Well, the engines
Flight
performed
test.
wonderfully.
Yes.
33 engines blasting
And you
off.
see that on, what is it called? 4H, whatever the best resolution Musk is throwing at the cameras for those things.
Yeah.
And you can see right up the skirt of the launch vehicle and see 33 engines lit. And did you see it when it shut down just before the
No, I haven't
Starship?
seen those. I
You
guess
gotta
I
see
told you I've been ignoring
all these
them
great
for a while.
videos. Well, now that your eye is settling down, maybe
Yeah.
you'll be able to do some screen time. But the amazing shots that SpaceX has supplied from their end of things. Everything we saw before was just those people who independently go with their cameras and they've got great gear and everything, but they're not SpaceX.
No, and what I like about this, there was it's like an hour and a half long that I saw before I came here, and I wasn't going to watch it. But I think they're rolling out is it 28?
Yes.
They're rolling ship 28
Yes.
out, so it could be before December's over. There'll be another
Yeah,
launch.
here we go. What did we wager on this one? We got the second flight test in November. No, was it early December? I
No, it
can't
was
remember.
November, I think.
November. So it's been a few weeks already, and the big question was, after the flight test 1 and the crater underneath the launch mount, I thought they're toast. It's going to be years setback. Within months.
Months they had that fixed.
Unbelievable. And a whole big new deluge system.
Yeah.
And you saw the
amazed me at
camera work
pace.
on how that. Did you see how that looks when they
Yeah.
start the water and it flows and gets diverted and then the engines light up and you see.
Yeah, and I mean the water pumps out. People, size wise, again, they're not realizing you're talking 100 feet up, 100 feet to the south of that water.
And the volume.
And the volume, you'd drown easily.
Oh, you wouldn't survive it. But all of that is meant to dampen the sonic impact of 33 Raptor 2.0s.
Yeah, the sound concussion as well as the extreme heat of 33 Raptor 2 engines, by the way, firing off all of them, none of them not working. All of them.
There was some damage even after flight test 2, but as far as I understood it, the deluge system, all those steel plates with all the holes to put the pressurized water up through and the pattern of all those nozzles and all of that survived.
Yeah, I think it was something to do with the disconnect, but they had that problem before,
Yes.
too. They're having a rough time when they break away. It's the fueling umbilical cord.
Yes, yeah, no, that's
and
right.
as it pulls away, something's not shutting down properly, and I think it's on the ship that there's a leak.
On the ship side.
On the ship side, I think there's
because
a leak.
they took off that umbilical, the quick disconnect. They took it down. I don't know if they repaired it. Nobody seems to know. Even our usual sources. What about it? And Marcus House and the few others that we check in with. I don't think anybody said what the issue is. Just that they removed it and they put it back.
Well, remember, the everyday astronaut's going to be going up in one of these things.
Yes, Tim Dodd will
Yeah.
be going up. The everyday astronaut is the third one I think we follow.
And yet I seldom follow any of his stuff. It's always Marcus, and it's always what about it?
Ah, there you go. Well, will fear take us into space? Is that what's motivating? What else is motivated by fear? Stay tuned for more Jim
Whoa,
and
I know where you're
Terry.
going with that one. I'm glad the show's over.
Bye-bye for now.